Welcome back, everyone, to another Saturday live stream. This time it's on Saturday. Unlike yesterday's live stream, which I said was Saturday live stream on a Friday. One of those weird days. Let's see who's here early on time and on time. Phantom 6767. It's like a couple of weekends in a row. He's first post that I've seen. Striker M11 was here early. Lurch was here early, and he's here in the Discord with me to read your chat today.
Howdy, everybody.
Ken Beard was here early. Matthew Walter was early. Psycho Mike Twisted. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I got that right. Matthew Roth is here on time. Let's get, let me do some shout outs first for the flatbedders. Pat Fisher is here. Welcome, Pat. Dusty, aka Dog 3436, our top ATS driver for January 2023. Isabella Hagloff. Rob Strecker, aka Lurch, is here in the Discord with me, as I've already mentioned. Bedrock, our top ATS driver for February 2023. Nightbot is here, so watch your P's and Q's, turn off that caps lock key, and don't spit out too many emojis or Nightbot will get you and shut you down. Bill Welburn, Nicholas XXXN, Susan Arthur, our top Euro truck driver for May 2023. And these, the ones that I'm saying top driver, are members of our virtual trucking company. But the people who I'm doing shout outs for right now are channel members of the flatbed variety. XLT 588 Gaming, Omega Sunrise, our top ATS driver for January 2024. Norwegian Trucker Nicholas, Big Al 2424, our top ATS driver for March 2025. And our top ATS driver for all of 2023. Trucker King 2010, Tasmify, Drive is here. You did just get in on time. I'm just doing shout outs. Johnny Hansen, Lobo 1G, our top ATS driver for July 2024. No, I haven't seen Lobo yet. He's usually here with his usual greeting. Pugwash, our top Euro truck driver for April 2024. Wim55, our top ATS driver for March 2024. Carlin, Torsev Ice Bear, our top Euro truck driver for August 2023. FTG Mike B, David Long, aka Space Cadet Shorty, our top Euro truck driver for September 2024. We're going to find out if he's still Space Cadet Shorty, because he's going to join us in a Discord convoy tomorrow, and hopefully he's got his internet stuff resolved. Yesterday evening, or last night for me, Phantom was our Space Cadet because he kept getting disconnected from the server in Farm Sim. So, don't know what that's about. Hunter Toller, our top ATS driver for August 2024. Get to some more shout outs after a bit. So, where are we? What are we doing? Well, if you looked at the title for the live stream, Clive Hughes is here. Welcome. We're going to haul some logs to Finland. So let me show you where we are. We are in Latvia at Valmiera. And we're going to take this load of logs up to northern Finland. Just in case it wasn't obvious from the thumbnail, I have ProMods installed. So I've got all kind of stuff going on here. Last Saturday's members live stream took and drove all the way across, what is this? Again, Kazakhstan. Oh, Georgia and Kazakhstan. And then, or no, I get these confused because I'm not very familiar with this part of the world. Somebody help me out here. What is this country here? This is Kazakhstan here.
Was it Azerbaijan?
That was it. Thank you. So, anywho, we're gonna take a load of logs up here to northern Finland, not super northern, but maybe north central or central Finland. I don't know. Okay, now the other thing I want to talk about. Is my truck running? My truck should not be running. So, I've been running an engine mod that a lot of people refer to as the sewing machine. It's a mod that I got or found courtesy of Pugwash. And we now have, both of us have got this now. We're running a Zeemods engine mod. By the way, in the description below is all my mods. I've got quite a few Zeemod stuff. Zeemods mods are pretty accurate. Sorry if I'm yelling, it's loud. I'm going to turn my headset volume down so I don't blast everybody out, but you can still hear this. Got some good sounds to it. Now, I'm having some problems with my shifter not working properly when I first start up a game, and I find myself unplugging the power supply. That didn't do it, and plugging it back in. There it goes. I don't know why that is, but ever since I took my pedals apart to clean them, I've been having this trouble. I did reroute my wires, so that may be part of the issue. Now, yesterday I talked about an American Truck Simulator. I had taken out sound fixes because I was really focused on the Zeemod stuff, but I got a message or a comment from Sound Fixes that said that his mod works complements this Zeemod stuff, so I put it back in. We shall see how it sounds. What do we got here? 23 tons of logs. Our distance is over 1,000 kilometers, but that's not driving distance. We do have a ferry ride to take. I came this way to add a few kilometers just so I could uncover this gray road. I don't know about you guys, but I love ProMods, especially up here in Scandinavia. So let me know what you think about this engine and sound mod pack. I've also installed one for my Volvo FH4, 5, and 6. But I'm not driving that, of course. Now, one thing that I don't like about this, I like the sounds, but it's a little underpowered compared to what I'm used to for this truck. Ordinarily, I would have the 770 horsepower motor in this. However, with the Zeemods, I believe the most available is either 500 or 560. Don't know why.
Feeling a bit inadequate.
Well, yeah, I'm having trouble getting up to speed with this load. Hello.
There's Lobo.
Hey, Lobo,
It's
welcome.
typical howdy boomer chat.
Now, it's still got a little bit of that sewing machine sound in there, just a little bit, but it's not like it was. It doesn't have that annoying bypass noise. Whoop. All right, I'm over here looking at for hidden roads on the left side and almost collided with that sign.
Almost became the scenery.
Yeah.
Never forget those words of wisdom from Wolf.
Yeah, one of the Wolfisms.
Drive says, is Zeemods is a paid mod?
Yes, it is. Thank you for reminding me. It is not a free mod, although I do have some of the Zeemod stuff is free. The engine and sound mods are not. Some of the other stuff that I have installed listed in the description below are free mods. Kitty looks kind of comfy over there. His tongue sticking out.
Celebrating 24 months. What? 2 years already?
Wow. That's pretty awesome, Lobo. Did I just miss a train? You can hear a little bit of a whine from the turbo as it spools down. Oh, this looks like a train. Is there really a train coming? Oh, I guess there is. Well, while we're waiting for that, I'll do some more shout outs. JJ Man 1982, Thor Rasmussen, our top Euro truck driver for January 2025, and our top Euro truck driver for all of 2023. Nick, David H74, RD04 Dave, our top ATS driver for March 2023. Welcome, Adam. Troken, Pilotbro 39, Douglas Williams, JC Drives, our top Euro truck driver for March 2025. to be uncovering some territory I have not previously discovered. I don't know if it's new, this version of ProMods. Hello. Or if I just haven't been this way. We are headed north.
Adam says, how are you doing?
What's that?
Okay. Thought I lost you because you didn't respond.
Well, I had already acknowledged him when I was sitting at the tracks.
Oh,
the train crossing.
And Willie is here.
Hey, Willie. How's that new truck driving career coming? You had to be in the stream yesterday to get that joke. We are leaving Latvia and entering Estonia.
Japsai is here.
Japsai, welcome. Think it's been a week or two.
And Willie celebrating 28 months, saying, the one who dreams are me.
Ooh, we got a turn.
Adam says something that I don't know what it is. It's a bunch of gobbledygook symbols.
Well, looks like Hebrew. Adam, let's keep it in English so we all know what's going on. Beautiful drive, or day for a drive here in North Balkans. Is it the Balkans? Baltic states.
Bristol. Says, hello, Berber. Chat. Auto gearbox sounds like an underpowered DAF used to drive.
Is that? Who knows what this is? I mean, it looks like some kind of a grassy pyramid, but this isn't the part of the world that I would associate normally with pyramids. Well, Colin, this is to my new Zeemods engine and sound pack. It is a little underpowered compared to what I'm used to. It's I think it's a 560 horsepower, as opposed to the 770 I'm used to in this truck.
Drive
Really?
says War Memorial.
Yeah, it could be that. Man, it feels like a speed trap. Here goes my hardcore score. Well, that copper's still behind me. Good riddance. You know, it's been a long time since I've driven up here. Same thing with northern Finland. Can you hear that turbo whine when I let off the accelerator? And that clickety-clack you may be hearing is the sound of the retarder handle moving.
Brown says, well, hello there. How was your day?
Hello, Wayne. Welcome to the stream. This is my day. Streaming for you folks. And maybe it won't happen until we get up into Finland, but kind of have some expecting to hear like moose or reindeer.
Pugwash says, good evening all, a bit late, just finished my tea. Nice engine sound, better than that one Pugwash had that nobody liked that thing.
Yeah, I'm liking this. And, ooh. Again? Oh.
It will get you the instant you pass that sign.
I guess so. I didn't see that the speed had gone down. I was waiting for the change. Look, it says 90 over there on my GPS right now. I can't keep up with these speed limit changes. Guess I'll just have some coffee.
Wayne Brown says, what do you have to do to stream on YouTube? Because I'm thinking about that I want to do it myself.
Well, there's a lot of little things you got to do. It's not difficult once you get up to speed with it. You need to find a... I use OBS to stream with. It's free software, but it's got a bit of a learning curve to set it up properly, and I learned everything I needed from talking to another content creator or other content creators, as well as YouTube University. I've got some people that I follow on YouTube that have historically provided me with good insight and tips on how to properly configure OBS and my microphone and everything. 70. You don't have to have a webcam like I've got, but I think the audience appreciates seeing me for some reason in my videos and live streams.
Road Trip Nerd is here.
Welcome to the stream.
What kind of truck is that?
This is a Scania. Scania S. You can hear that engine wind down. I just kicked on the retarder.
Is it automatic or strict stick shift?
I have it configured as automatic. You know, I drive mostly manual in American Truck Simulator, but Euro Truck, I drive pretty much exclusively, well, no, not pretty much, exclusively automatic transmissions. The shifting pattern on the transmissions over here just really, I can't grasp it for some reason. Although the transmission I've got in one of my US trucks, Zeemod transmission, I think it's very, very similar to these. And that messes me up, but I figured it out. I have to adjust to the traffic light system over here every time I come back. If this was in the American Truck Simulator, I'd be turning right now. It's crazy to me that we can't do that over here.
Not everywhere has a traffic signal across the intersection from you, so you gotta stop where you can see it. Couldn't do that when I have to navigate or negotiate turns and curves. I forgot. One thing about speeding up and slowing down, you can hear that turbo whine. I gotta tell you, these Zeemods engine mods, well, most engine mods do that already. They add a sense of realism and immersion, which just really enhances this simulation. And the other thing, for those of you who don't know, if you see me reaching off to the side over here, I am reaching over to my sim panel button box. I have some controls over there to do different things, like turn on and turn on the retarder, and a number of other things. Oh, I should be doing shoutouts with the red light. Thomas Berger, and that's it. You know what seems strange to me is to take this load of logs
from Latvia up to Finland. They have lots of trees up in Finland. But, you know, in real life trucking, I was always surprised that I would be hauling wine to California. We often think of California as a wine producer, which it is. But it's about variety. There was a wine producer in eastern Washington. Well, there still is. And I would pick up loads of wine there and take it to San Francisco Bay Area. Basically to a liquor distribution place. But I also picked up wine from there and took it to other places.
Megapack says, nice to have ProMods back working. Been driving through Norway and north. The scenery is amazing.
Yeah. You know, I almost booked a World of Trucks load for this. And then I remembered at the last moment, nope, don't do that. I gotta take a ferry and I don't know what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's a tip. If you install ProMods Europe, don't do World of Trucks loads. Because ProMods frequently changes receivers. And also the ferries are problematic because not all the ferries exist in World of, are not recognized by World of Trucks. Did I click on embark? Matthew Roth, Doom 3, Lee Jenkins, Lee01 Mister, Phantom 6767, our top Euro truck driver for October 2024. Can I not go out straight? Do I seriously have to go that way? I got a bad feeling I can't go out this way.
Megapack says, don't do it. I'm experienced in messing up with that.
Yeah. Bugwatch took a load from Turkey to the United Kingdom. And he got all the way up to, did you get to the ferry? Or did you get to the receiver? Before it crashed on you. Now there is a mod or two that will tell you which ferries are safe to take and which shippers or receivers are safe to use with World of Trucks loads. I tried it, it was just kind of a pain.
There was a question from Matthew, but it's been answered by the fact that you already taken the ferry.
Oh, well, what'd he say?
Are you going to take the ferry?
Oh, well, yeah. It was on the route. What do we got for time here? 6 hours. I gotta find a place to stop in about 5. For the day where the sleep trigger up here. Can I make it here? Nope. Make it here? Nope. So, yes. You go here. Wait, what? How did that suddenly switch to the other place? Huh. That's weird. Okay. Well, we'll go there. It's 5.5. How much time did I say I had? 6.5. That's not much room for error. Man, not a lot of options here. Okay, we'll go here then. That has the added benefit of I haven't uncovered it, although that's what this had too. Okay, we'll go there.
I was correcting you. It was France to the UK, and you couldn't get on the ferry.
France to the UK? I thought you had to load from Turkey. Am I in your way? Jeez, guys. Thought it was during one of the All Europe challenges 2 years ago.
He said yes, drove as far as France but couldn't continue.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's see here. We've got Jennifer Roth, Colin Percival, Pancake Man, Ryan, Ken Beard, Dr. Jones, our top Euro truck driver for February 2025, and our top Euro truck driver for all of 2024. Road Trip Nerd, Grumpy Gruntpaw Gaming. Guess he's gonna wait for me. That was nice. Lord Dragon, Greg Ulray, QA Library, Donald William, Ken Maselman, Hauling 5 Ton, and BC Adventures. It is nice to be back in Finland. Now I took this load specifically, not because it came up here. I was going to find something that came up here. I took this load specifically because I wanted to check and see, could I get dynamic loading? And now I'm guessing maybe that's not even an option in Euro Truck. Does anybody know? hoping to see the logs get loaded onto the trailer. But that did not happen.
Russ thinks it's only for ATS.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's probably the case. I have missed ProMods. I think this is only the second time I've driven in it since I installed it or reinstalled it last week. I focused on the great step as I talked about at the beginning, and that was neat. I don't know. I don't think it was during during the live stream. I guess I drove it another time. But I saw camels on the side of the road. First there was cows, then there were sheep. And later I saw camels. Crazy thing is, they were right next to the road, which tells me that, you know, they could wander onto the road, and then they're a hazard. You know, before I started this, well, earlier today when I was getting ready for the stream, I had something different pop up in my feed, a channel that I had never seen before. I thought it was a stream with American Truck Simulator. It wasn't. It's actually real life truck driving. And I've seen those before, but I hadn't seen one in quite a while, and I was not familiar with that guy's channel. I assume it was a guy. I didn't hear him talk. But he was driving, I don't know where he was driving. but it was live streaming while driving down the freeway. You know, just looking out, kind of like my real life trucking videos, where I had a camera mounted, looking forward to the windshield. It's kind of like that, but live. That was kind of neat. And I don't need fuel. There are a lot of people watching it. I wish that I had, when I was still driving over the road, I wish I had the type of camera that where I could have done that. And reliable internet on my phone. Ah, wow. Alex Rosca, welcome to the stream. It was not Mark. I don't think it was Mark. Bugwash. Oh, Humphreys. Or Humphrey. That's a good one.
Drive, not Pugwash.
Was it? Oh, Drive. Sorry, I saw Pugwash's name. But Mark is the name.
Started on something.
Mark is the name of the Canadian driver who is working for SCS these days, and he's been doing some, not live streaming that I'm aware of, but recorded videos of him back driving over the road or riding along. I'm not sure which. Anyway, I want to do some shout outs here. Tom Freer, the Gigliottis, Davkin, the Stony Tony Show, JBV HD. That sounds like something I would have bought back in the 90s. Crude Dragon, Luis Campos, Liao Chongshun, Jonathan, Frutoff 666, TYK Rage, Darren Radcliffe. Let's advance the clock. And sleep.
You're getting very sleepy.
Not anymore. That is a nice sounding engine. I love these more accurate game sounds. So we still have 506 kilometers to cover, 7.5 hours if there are no delays. We don't need fuel, we don't need repairs. We just need to get there. So let's get getting.
You're done. Pugwash says we don't have camels in Wales, we have sheep, and they get on the road all the time.
I'll bet they do. I mean, I've seen that in movies and TV shows. Same thing in the Middle East. Here in the US, that's kind of a rarity. It does happen though. Out west. We do have some open range territory. I've literally been on a very remote state highway in northwestern Nevada. And I had to stop to wait for the cows to cross the road. And they just took their sweet time. I beeped my horn, and one of them, at least one of them anyway, was turned to look at me like, what? And then of course there's deer. I've actually had to stop and wait for a mini herd of deer to cross the road in Colorado. one of the deer couldn't jump the fence because they were jumping the fence and then running across the road and jumping the fence on the other side. One of them was having a heck of a time because just couldn't jump the first fence. He eventually got through, I think, in between it was a barbed wire fence. Got through in between, and there was somebody coming the other way, and then myself. We were both stopped waiting for all of them to get across. It was fun just to watch. But the deer that was having a tough time, I think it was a juvenile.
Have a huge field to munch on, but they insist on eating the roadside verge grass. Drive says, what do you call a deer with no eyes? No idea. Pugwash, why did the sheep cross the road? To eat the grass on the other side.
Tunnels.
Logistic station. Nice reverb. I unmuted just to hear the horn.
Yeah, I've got the the Zeemods master reverb mod installed. I don't know if that helps with that, but there are, it might. Notice how the trees have changed. Now we've got these, what are these, alder? White? I don't know what they are. Anyway, and now we're going back into pines. Those must have been planted for landscaping purposes. Seems like the predominant tree is pine.
For gosh sake, you've obviously been in Wales Lurch.
Just beautiful. road surface changed and the sound changed with it. Or it appeared to anyway. Oh, traffic circle. Middle of nowhere, and there's a roundabout. Must be in Europe. Although I've seen roundabouts in the US in the middle of nowhere.
Driving in ProMods in West Wales is on the one road you have to maneuver around a herd of sheep in the game.
Really? I'm trying to think if I've ever had to do that. Suddenly I want to go to Wales.
And Stobbs says hello.
Hey Stobbs, we come to see ya. Don't think
it's also you got a different engine in that no V8.
Who's that?
Stops.
Yep, got a Zeemods.
Stobbs says, hey, almost going past me.
Almost? Forget where you live.
Jeff says, I might be wrong with this, but when ships were made of wood, the Scandinavians planted more trees for future shipbuilding, but shipbuilding progressed before the trees matured. Which Stobbs says that's true. And then he adds that the J, that city name beginning with a J, is 10 miles south of me.
Really? This one? He said 10 miles south of him.
Nope.
Which would...
Is it? It might be.
So that would put you somewhere in this vicinity, right? Is this the town?
Of 13 and 9 in the nothingness.
13. See, 13 and 9. So in this vicinity on the E75 or off to the side somewhere in the nothingness. Laura's here.
Side of E75/4. Near where they built the Valtra tractor.
too. I'm a Fendt fan, but I do like the Valtra. That could have been a speeding ticket. Pretty.
With a super chat, a cut of my stone picking fee from last night. Still can't get the buy me a coffee to work.
Oh, well, thank you, Pugwash. Woos, I'm speeding here. Distracted, and I got another speeding ticket. Well, I'm gonna have to use that super chat to pay that speeding fine. Oh, I keep getting caught by that. Yeah, we didn't pick up near as many stones as I thought we would off that field. I think Thor must have used the shallow plow. Speeding again. Yeah, I need to rely on the cruise control to keep me from speeding. Problem is that then I'm not paying attention when I roll into a town.
That's when the AI decide that they're going to play footsie with the pedals. Says I'm saving up for more new engines since I've had to scrap my offensive V8.
You know, Bugwatch, you mentioned yesterday that you went a little bit crazy on buying new sound mods over there at Zeemods. I did the same thing this weekend. Now, I don't know if you got them on sale or not, but, you know, I took advantage of that sale. And, you know, Pilotbro kind of got me hooked on this. And I'm glad, because I really do like his engine mods. He's got some other stuff too. Some of it's free. I've been using the physics realistic truck physics mod in American Truck Simulator, and I like that. And I can see, you know, probably the next time that stuff goes on sale that I'll get some more for other trucks that I like to drive. I think ultimately I'll wind up scrapping all the free mods that I use now.
Yeah, it's your fault. You cost me a fortune.
Yeah. Or I can't look at that at the moment.
It's take my money, and it was all because of my plowing.
Thank you, Thor. Oh.
Adam says for the first of many option, I can't find a sharp color blue I like. I'm trying to see what other color goes with blue.
You know, I had trouble settling on the blue color that I use now. I just like, you know, or like this way. I just like a nice blue. I could have gone with a darker blue, but I didn't. No particular reason, but oop, we're coming up to another town. I better slow down. And it's a roundabout. How about that whine? That is a nice touch. It's a little bit subtle. In the Volvo, I noticed it a lot. It sounded like, when I'm driving through little towns, it sounds like there's a emergency services vehicle, you know, an American one, with its siren going. It's constantly following me. It's not loud, but it's loud enough to be heard. Sound like there's a, like I said, emergency services vehicle following me off in the distance a little bit. I'm surprised that I've been to so many of these places here. You could tell by the road and the places that are yellow, because I've been there. The place that we're gonna make delivery with this is a place I have not been to, so that's another place I'll be uncovering. And I would not get tired of this scenery in real life. And I've driven in places like this in the real world, mostly in Washington State and Oregon and Northern California. All places that are present in the game.
Or suggest to Adam dark blue and gold.
Yeah. Oh
Johnny
my!
Hansen.
Johnny Hansen is here. Wow! Thank you, Johnny. Hit that like over here. Holy moly! We're not even driving in Norway, and he's throwing all that. And for those of you who don't know, Johnny Hansen lives in Norway. Which is why the currency shows up as NOK, which is Norwegian krona. And Thor showed up as Danish krona. I don't know why that. Not quite the same initials. And of course, Pugwash is in the UK, so that's British pounds. And there's a coffee from Willie. Thank you, Willie.
Yeah, he says, have one on me.
Will.
Adam says, my Kenworth has an 850 horsepower cat mod, and it sounds like a bunch of turbos spooling up.
Yeah, I do kind of miss the more powerful motors. Ooh, got the 2-hour warning. Good thing we're just right down the road. I mean, even in American Truck, where I would normally have like my 800 horsepower, whatever it was, I'm kind of limited to around the 500 to 560 horsepower range. And I think after I make this delivery, we'll take a look at what is the horsepower rating of this motor. This is a bit of a bumpy road. I mean, you can probably see it, but I feel it in my steering wheel. Crossing. You know, this area here, there's a moose or a reindeer. This area reminds me of northern Minnesota and probably even northern Wisconsin. But I spent a lot of time driving in northern Minnesota, so this looks familiar. I'm gonna need a lot more coffees if I'm gonna do that. Or another job, which is gonna just keep me from making more videos. But that would be awesome. Anyway, yeah, this looks like northern Minnesota. And for those of you who don't know, a lot of Scandinavians that came from this area settled in northern Minnesota because of the logging trade in northern Minnesota. And back in the 90s, I dated a gal who lived in northern Minnesota, because I lived there too at the time. And her family had descended from Scandinavian immigrants, probably in the 100 years or so before she and I met. Oh, look at this, is going to be interesting. Uh-huh. You know what? This calls for get out and walk. Whoops, or get out and look. Sometimes it's a good idea just to get out and scope out the situation. Can I make this turn to do a proper setup? That's the question. Can I make that turn? I actually think I can. Otherwise, I have to back up in an S, do an S backup. And that's, I mean, I can do it. It's just going to be a little dicey. Yep, gotta look out for those logs. That's what I'm doing. And that concrete, whatever it is, I am too close to that.
I read that, but I'm trying to let you concentrate.
Okay, I need to get out and look. Make sure I'm not too close to the anything on this side. So I'm not, but I think I can do better. Use all of the available space. There it is. How many pull-ups, Lurch?
I didn't count.
Oh, I think it was 3.
Three pull-ups.
Adam, I agree with you. That's too much. We actually, in the early days of convoying, we had these 1088 horsepower engine mods, and it was insane. So we backed away from that. It wasn't realistic. Thank you, Thor. Yeah, Pugwatch, it's almost as if I do that for a living. Carlin! Carlin is here, everybody. Alright, let me pull out of here. Let me not crash into the logs coming out. Or that. Oh, that's going to tear up my tires. Got all excited because I pulled it off and now I'm going to rip everything up. Time for a short one. Oh. I guess we could. No contracts. Right, because this is ProMods territory. Oh, that's the shortest one. Back to Estonia? I don't think so. What else we got? Oh, they're all pretty. These are too long. Oh. Yeah, if we could do something short. Oh, I was gonna take a look at the
That's something that we're having to do with the engine.
Yep. Where is that? There we go. 560 horsepower. That's what I got. And if I go to the Truck Explorer, look for my Scania S high roof. I clear out, like I do have my Kriechbaum Megapack mod installed. I didn't list it below because it's not relevant. But for my Scania DC13 super sound and engine, these are my choices: 420, 460, 500, 560. Of course, I went with the bigger one. Transmissions, well, let me turn off everything else. So these are all Zeemods transmissions, and I went with 13 plus 1 with the retarder. I don't remember which specific one I got. Will it tell me here? R7, yeah, 4.11. Okay, that's the ratio. That is the one I want. So that's what I'm using to pull stuff in this truck. If there is a mirror where you can see the amount of space is left between the windshield and the object, there is on this truck. It's on the front. Right there. You can see it inside right there. I actually like that mirror. The only time I've ever had one of those on a truck in the U.S. is, on a vehicle in the U.S. is when I drove when I was in the Army, and I occasionally had to drive a bus for my unit. And it was a flat nose bus, and it had a mirror like that. I think it was a little bigger than that, but before where can I go in town? Yeah, we can go park here. I don't think I need to do any repairs.
Finished shoutouts.
Look. Thank you. I've got a few left. Silent Cartographer, JBM Gaming and Auto Dips. Virtual Gaming 21. I'm going to go ahead and drive to that place while I do shoutouts. Try not to wreck. Red Tiger, Raphael La Liberté, Ushos, Prestige Promotions, Jake's Trucking and Gaming, Wilbs, Knights Hinting Peter. Ooh, that's uncomfortable. Pizza Guy. Ultra Productions. Lisa Anderson 2024. Jeff Ward, Steffi, Da Combino, and Edmund Bouchard. That is all of the shout outs.
Did someone say pizza or was there someone's name?
Pizza Guy. That's someone's name. Now I'm hungry.
Versus you're in Finland and you're not hauling the double HCT trailer?
I was hauling logs from Estonia. Maybe I should do that. Of course, I'll have to stop by and pick up stobs along the way so he can help me back them into wherever they go. Is that a reindeer? Or it's a couple of reindeer having a chat across the road. I could just see somebody recording these two moose or reindeer or whatever, looking at one another and moving their mouths while they're chewing or something. And somebody would do a voiceover YouTube video. I've seen a few like that. They're kind of funny. Now, what is up with this? Volatile chemicals, and you just left it there? Like it exploded or something? That's interesting. And another, okay, somebody tell me, reindeer or moose? Looks like a reindeer. Why are they so pale? And it looks like northern Minnesota so much. Okay, what's that? Oh, just another one of reindeer.
Now it says only in Finland, Sweden, and Norway you can have a double trailer, either box, reefer, or flatbed. I guess I will need fuel. Soon. I don't need it right away, but I will need fuel at some point. Woo! A little carried away there. Ooh, red light. I could have done more shout outs here. Or not. says those kind of trailers are only allowed in Denmark on a few roads. I read that wrong. They are allowed in Denmark, but only on a few roads. Says, I think I might have to try the double trailers in Sweden, and I gotta say, good luck parking these trailers.
How did that happen? I did not hit that sign. Carlin! Thank you for the coffee. I did not hit that sign. I am clearly well inside the lane. I've noticed lately, since we had 154, that signs are just jumping out of the ground. I noticed it in a convoy we did a couple of weeks ago. And I've even seen it in my solo game. This is a solo game. So we just witnessed that. That is really bizarre. Do I have any damage? No. Let's just stick to the hotel here.
Arlen says signs do that, trying to give you a Swiftie.
Yeah. I don't know what happened, officer. It just jumped out at me. Well, in this case, it did. That sign came out of nowhere.
Thor says it was the sound pressure.
Wow. And just in time. Hey, stop that. Yeah, I gotta fiddle with this a little bit. Maybe I should stop fiddling with it. And let's advance the time. And sleep. 6 a.m. All right. And that's going to do it for today's stream. This has been interesting. I have, once again, really enjoyed the scenery in ProMods. I have missed it. And so last Saturday during the members only live stream I did, for those of you who weren't here earlier, I did stream or drive in the Great Step. And that was neat. That was interesting. Different scenery, but it was like driving in the Middle East. It's desert-like. It's like driving in Nevada. But the forests of Scandinavia I just love it. So Zero Swifties. Yeah, I'm not taking one for that sign. Darn it. Not going to do it. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for being here today. Thank you for the super chats. Those were nice. And the coffees. I love me some coffee. Gotta have coffee. So we'll be back next Friday, as far as I know. I don't know what we're doing yet, but we'll see you here. Thanks again for being here. Take care.